Hi there. I'm a lumberjack, and I'm okay, because I've got Surfshark. After I'm done with a long day of cutting down trees, petting eagles, and watching bears from a safe distance, I like to relax by browsing the internet. Surfshark helps to keep my data safe, secure, and private, like it should be. Surfshark helps protect your data on all sorts of devices, from the big smart ones to the smaller, still very smart ones. And with Surfshark services, you can get these devices all protected for one low price. And by using the code TeamFourStar at checkout, you can get 83% off that already low price. Another huge benefit to VPNs like Surfshark is if you're a nut for Squid Game like I was and you want to see what else the world has to offer with all that kind of media they can do and all the places they don't speak the stars and stripes, well, all you gotta do is pop yourself over to a different country using Surfshark's login services. All of a sudden you got access to all sorts of media from all over the world. So thank you once again to Surfshark. Now, get the fuck out of my house.
I am Quinn, also known as Introspective Spy in the chat. I am a licensed attorney in the state of Texas. I know the Ace Attorney series has always been a bit fast and loose with where it's set, but at least here we know it's in Japan. I'm of course not an expert on Japanese civil law, and in fact the kind of legal system is entirely different than what we have here in the United States. Japan has civil law, the United States has common law, which has some nice little interesting distinctions in it. But I'll still be certain to just tear the game apart whenever it screws something up royally. Well, it looks like we'll be starting off with trying to make sure we don't get prosecuted for murder, which is always a fun time. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Did someone leave a window open? What wind is catching his bandana here? No one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue! This guy is so extra, I'm already enamored. UA University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Never ask your client that question. If you're assigned to defend your client, you're defending your client. If they admit it to you, you have problems, because you can't hide that fact from the court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. Okay, hold on. Careful now. Everyone has their pros and cons. Well, as you no doubt heard, Kasogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, you'll both be executed. I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. Because clearly, he stinks as a lawyer. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. I think the priorities should be switched around here, but yes. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. You know, secret. I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. Nice little saying we have. Any attorney that represents himself has a fool for a client. But where's the fun? Professor Mikotoba told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? And screen cap. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of oh no, we are breaking the fourth wall. Pick the wrong piece of evidence again, and it won't be a mystery as to your cause of death. Wow, Kazuma, from best friend to murderer. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It was a very exciting time in Japan. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Never! So, T-pose! I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case in court. Unsworn? So he's free to perjure himself without penalty. In fact, it's not perjury, he just lies. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What? He's got a knife! But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the... What? When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. What is this? Just grab the gun off the floor, why don't you? I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up... Did no one check to see if that gun was the one that had fired? They missed the literal smoking gun. Now let's go, Ryunosuke! Don't let them beat you! Aw. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust it in the witness's face and make him choke on it. Ooh. Drawing the sword again. Pressing statements doesn't seem to go anywhere, but I'll try. Yes! I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found... What the fuck? Wait, this was on his body and now you're... This doesn't come up unless I press? What the fuck? This is bullshit. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on this case. Place and time. We thought it had no bearing, but we brought it to the trial anyway, just in case. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted evidence or not? Yes! Yes! Get that shit in the record! Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. Quote, unquote. This most disturbing trend. Millennials, huh? Or I guess it's centennials, given we're close to the 1900s. Alright, time to violate some medical privacy. Good thing he's dead. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. And he chose to eat steak. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Weak slap. Something clearly doesn't add up. Perhaps because Hata Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? What are teeth? Perhaps if I told you that the victim just had a tooth extracted? What's this now? If I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat? So what? It's all written up in here. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. He got his thud. He got his desk thud. Claps in the chat for the desk thud. I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Boo. Boo this man. Boo this constantly in the wind man. The person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... me! If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, I will kill the judge! We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury, a newfangled crime in this court system. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... Kazuma! It was you! We didn't ever have a chance to cross-examine you. Unless it's Mikitoba's coming back to haunt us. I'm gonna go with you. Yes! The truth about Satoru Hasanagi-san's real identity, as proven by the evidence. Okay, hold on. Come here. Whoop! Are you fucking kidding me? The guy gives us the map on a business card. No one flips it over until now. What the fuck? Well, that's unexpected. I can't believe you just pulled that name out of your ass, and now we have the evidence to support it. The plan of the restaurant, sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. The front of the card. I beg your pardon. Or perhaps I should have said the front? Ooh, we've got our desk card. Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. Honestly, I'm surprised it took you this long to just flip the card over, but whatever. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, Bert's getting tired, is a young English woman. She must be the only English woman in Japan! What? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. Clearly, I must kill them now. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Kill the kid. But your excellency... Calm yourself, counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. See this hat? This hat means I'm in charge. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called Le Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? More murmurs. If this all translates to a yes, I'm gonna lose it. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the 2 witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. Fucking witnessed the crime, and you just let her go. On the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit she is today. She's been wearing the same outfit for 4 days. As you can see, there's nowhere about her person where she could conceal... There are several places about her person she can conceal firearm. I would think she would hide a gun almost... Oh, okay. Ryu and I are on the same page. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. Oh, look, a handbag where you can conceal other things. I have a piece of evidence here that I'd completely forgotten about. That's 2 times! 2 times in this case! Oops! Here's some evidence. Sorry about that. Yeah, this isn't how trials really work. I know that's something obviously anyone can swipe at, not just lawyers, but really? This photographic print. What a very bad handbag. But be warned that if I am unsatisfied with your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect. His hands are huge. But I have no reason to pick the glass at the moment unless... Are we really gonna go with, no, he wasn't shot, he was poisoned? On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already dead! I was joking when I said the glass was poisoned, but oh my god, guys, this game is incredible. I mean that in every sense of the word. The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I'm prepared to pass judgment. Okay, wait. I have to dispel all reasonable doubt before you pass judgment on her. Seems like there's plenty of reasonable doubt about me. Didn't stop you there. Miss Brett, you speak Japanese. Well, of course I do. I'm studying in your country, after all. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? I didn't judge you worthy of my voice. My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I tried to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. Racist. This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took from the victim's table on the day in question. Do you know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. It must be very expensive water. Yes, but what does it say? That's what I'm asking. It goes, then go to France and ask. You could just say that you don't know. So this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had. It looks like there's a little left in the bottle, but you just spilled it all when you turned it out. Although it's just plain water now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, Ryunosuke! You can't do that! For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryunosuke. In more ways than one. I've never felt like this before. Feels like I must object! It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey!
Objection!
Ah, he did it. He said it, guys. He did it. Yes, I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? And I did it all in the name of justice. Sorry for the delay. Don't ask where I had it.
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. I'm gonna cut a bitch.
As far as your Rasutai memory serves, have you ever seen this?
Whoa! Yes.
Oh my gosh, he got stabbed in the foot. Yeah, no, so what he said was important, but let's all take a second to focus on what's going on here. Sergeant Nosa has now been stabbed in the foot in front of his son. I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnivara, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me, it was Ido! Oh my god. Ido was the mastermind behind all this. Oh my god. It was the fucking baby the whole time. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. Well, now this is just insulting to my profession. Hold on, screen capping this for later.